Hello and welcome back to It Was a Square with Sean.
And Brooke.
And Katie.
Whoa, a third person. Again, we've already had a third person. But not on the regular episodes. Get ready for a very tired episode because it's late. Katie, why don't you introduce yourself?
Alright, so me and Sean go way back, 2019.
May 11th, 2019.
2 years ago to the day.
And Brooke and I, 2017, we were roommates and nothing's been the same since.
Fun story. 2 years ago, I met Brooke for the first time. We had hot dogs.
And Katie.
And Katie. But I don't think I knew Katie's name. We met that next weekend. That might have been the day
I
after.
was there.
No, I know. But
Oh.
we talked.
Got it.
Because you were there for a little bit. But anyway, at the little cookout thing we did, that's where we really officially met, I would say.
I would say I was the reason you came to the cookout, but
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, she was the one who had the bonfire.
Yeah. Had the
Yeah.
plans.
That is the story. The reason that Sean and I are married is because Sean and I met at a barbecue. His apartment and my apartment, plus Katie, were hanging out. And then they left. And I knew Katie was going to have, a bonfire the next night. And I thought, oh, it'd be fun if they came. But I didn't want to, invite them to something that wasn't mine. So they started to leave. And I think Katie was like, I didn't know if I should invite them to the bonfire.
While this was happening, the guys were all walking away. And they're like, well, rip that. None of us got their numbers. So that's over, I guess.
And so then Katie was like, all right. Basically, we agreed, oh, we should invite them. If we both go, it'll be,
normal.
yeah. So then we run after them, and we said, hey, we're having a bonfire tomorrow night if you guys want to come. And guess who whipped out their phone
So
to get
fast.
my number?
Yep, here you go.
Sean Riley.
Yeah.
And Katie was the only friend I had at our real wedding.
Yeah. Mostly because of COVID, not because we're unpopular.
Yeah. But she still drove from Boise.
I've been to all the weddings.
She's been to all of the weddings. So, good job.
Mm-hmm.
The real MVP.
Okay. So we decided to have a bit of a double feature, even though I feel like we always talk about 2 movies at the least. But Katie decided to show us her favorite movie, and we decided to show Katie
Your favorite
a
movie.
movie. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's a good one for sure.
Also, I think it's funny, Katie has not listened to a podcast of ours because she's a bad friend.
I feel called out.
No,
We talked
because
about it last episode, but yeah,
you haven't seen any of the movies that we watched. So, Katie is not a movie person.
I tend to fall asleep. I'm more of a napper than a watcher.
But she found a movie that neither one of us had seen.
Yep.
And it was the easiest thing in the world to find a movie that she
Yeah,
had
we
seen.
literally chose any movie, and she had not seen it. Alright, so we decided to watch All My Life. Do you know when it came out?
Here it came out December, but in other places in the world it was October, fall.
Oh, interesting. So it's recent.
Yeah.
2020. Okay. Did I say the title? All My Life? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'll cut that out if I did. So why did you choose this movie?
I'm a sucker for love stories. I love love. And
Love.
I also love good music in movies, and this one really does it for me.
Mm.
When I watched it the first time, I remember a couple different scenes where there's a song and I was like, oh, I love the song. Oh, I love the song. Oh, I love the song. So then when I went to the theaters again to watch it for a second time with a different friend, I pulled out my phone every time there was a song and wrote it down so I could make a playlist of all the songs. I love the soundtrack.
And you love love?
And I love love.
Full love.
Yeah.
For all the things.
It's a fun movie. Well, no, it's not a fun movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's based on a true story, which is always fun. And you can really tell it's based on a true story because for me, when I'm watching it, it's about a man named Saul and a woman...
Saul.
Oh, yeah, it is Saul. A man named Saul and a woman named...
Jenny?
Sure.
Jennifer.
Jen.
So Jenny.
Jen and Saul. Saul. And he's a cook. Anyway, there's these struggles that happen throughout the movie, and instead of them kind of all culminating together and like feeding into each other and like being one big like final resolution and like being happy and moving on. They get resolved as they come up, which is a real based on a true story movie trope. I feel like you're a cook, you should quit your job, and instead of it being like that's what the movie's not really about, but like a rising conflict throughout, it's just like it happens within the next 10 minutes, which is fun. Also, there's no nonsense to this movie. They meet within 3 minutes and are dating within 5. Like, it is just.
What's about the love story?
Yeah.
What else is it going to be about?
Yeah. But normally, like, again,
yeah.
You've Got Mail, they didn't meet until the very end.
I have not seen that movie.
Oh, spoiler, I guess. They didn't know they met until the very end.
Now you're actually spoiling it.
Okay.
You should watch that movie.
That's a good one.
Next week.
Yeah. But
yeah, I knew that it was gonna be a sad movie, and I don't like sad movies.
you knew it was going to be sad because it was so happy in the beginning.
Have you guys seen the trailer for this movie before?
No, I never
Literally
heard anything of
The only
it.
time I've heard of it is through you. Like, I've heard you talk about it.
I heard about it for the first time yesterday.
I think if you would have watched the trailer beforehand, because during the movie you kept saying, like, this is going really fast, like, what's going to happen? I don't understand, like, what's going to happen? And I was like, oh, I bet if he had seen the trailer, he wouldn't be asking me to see things, because it kind of, like, really gives you a good, like, I don't want to say the word foreplay, but what's the word?
Teaser?
What's the word?
I don't know what you're trying to say. Just like foreplay.
Foreplay.
Anyway, it, like, explains... It kind of gives you a good idea of what's going to happen in the movie.
Yeah.
So it's not as surprising. If sad movies make you really sad and you can't handle it, you'll know not to watch this movie if you watch the trailer.
Also, if you were listening, you would have heard me say, I don't want to watch another movie about someone with cancer. Multiple times before we watched the movie yesterday.
Oh, you're just talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice just now.
I didn't know you said that either. Whoops.
I said it to you. Well, this is nice.
I listened to you, Brooke.
Me and Sean are really good at just selective hearing.
Yeah. You thought about Sean, but
Surprise.
yeah. So you were like, "What happens?" And I was like, "Where have you been all day talking about this movie?"
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I don't really like sad movies, but I didn't really cry as hard in this one, so that was good. I didn't really cry until the end when they showed like videos of like the real people, and then I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm not really a crier. Okay, for the last like, I'm almost 24. In the last like 22 years of my life, I haven't been really a crier. But when I saw this movie the first time, we were in a theater and it was COVID, of course. We were like wearing masks, and my mask was soaked. I was like shaking, and my friend like leaned over and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay. It's just so good." And then I like cried a little bit the second time I watched it. I think this was the 4th time I've watched it.
Okay.
And I didn't cry.
Very good.
So.
And Sean still didn't cry.
No. I don't movies that really try to like tug the tears out of you. I see that so clearly, and I just don't. I don't fall for it. Fall for is the wrong word, but I don't play along. You know what's funny though? I teared up while watching Star Wars: The Last Jedi in the very beginning when she's trying so hard to blow up that ship. And I was like, You're a good person for killing all those bad people."
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie either, and out of context, that makes no sense.
My favorite part of the movie.
Should we just say what? Because we were dancing around it, but like what happens?
Katie, you go. You say.
Okay, if you've seen the trailer, you will know what happens. But this couple meets and then fall in love. And then right as they get engaged, he finds out that he has liver cancer. And then you kind of watch like the end of his life and their love story. And then he passes away. Was that too much?
No. That's what happened.
Nailed it.
They forgot the dog though. They got a dog.
My favorite part of the movie was the fashion.
Of course.
I really liked the girl's style.
Yeah, every time she was on screen. What's the actress's name? She's in stuff.
I don't know. She looks like Blake Lively.
Okay. Also
Blake
really
Lively's
like
sister.
Also really like Saul. Saul's a cool guy. Don't know either of the actors' names.
Yeah. I'm looking it up. Yeah, no one looked familiar except for her mom, Jessica Roth. And he was Harry Shum Jr. And Kyle was played by a man named Kyle.
That's special.
I love that for Kyle. We
Someone-
cut all this out. We
I
don't
was
just
like, I think I'm gonna clear my throat right now.
yeah, we don't just sit in silence. Well, I mean, we do all the time actually, but you don't listen to us sitting in silence.
Guess the mom didn't have a big enough part.
Oh, bummer for her.
The
I liked her.
boot camp lady had. Okay, sorry, that's ridiculous.
I really like all the friends, even Kyle. His story brought a level of realism to the overall story that I really liked a lot. Just that his dad had a bad sickness, a terminal illness. I know words.
Good job.
Thank you. His dad ended up losing that battle, so when his one of his best friends had the same thing happen, he kind of went AWOL. But in the end, he came back, and that's really nice. I really like that a lot, and I like the other friend so much.
Yeah, he was a homie the whole time.
Yeah.
So good.
And you kept saying like, "That's me."
Yeah, for Thanksgiving, he's just standing because Saul is a great cook. He's just watching from the other side of the kitchen him make the turkey. Yeah, that's me. Just standing in the kitchen is that ready yet? Looks pretty good. You're doing a good job there. All right, keep going. Really relate with that. And then later on, he's asleep on the couch, which is also nice. And he's just a real solid dude, which I really relate with.
Yeah, which is funny because usually you do you're a cook, so I feel like when you first said that,
but
that's me.
Yeah, everyone in my family is a cook though, so I can't be the cook on Thanksgiving.
And then you also don't take naps, so both of the things you're like, that's me. I was like, no. The proposal reminded me of the movie Enchanted, when they're obviously it was a much smaller scale in this movie, but I still got the Enchanted vibes.
I haven't seen that movie in a really long time, but I can see where you're going with that. I don't remember the song, but I think the engagement in this movie is my favorite scene. I would never want something like that done to me. I would be mortified.
But it's all your friends though. It's not just some randos.
I don't know.
Katie, one time we went to an ice cream shop for her birthday, and we started singing her happy birthday. And she was so, self-conscious of the attention, she started singing happy birthday, so no one knew whose birthday it was. So I don't think that proposal would be great for you.
No, very cute. I would pin it on my board, but please, if this is you and you're listening to this, please do not do that.
I'll be sure to send this to him.
Yeah. But, all the friends are there, and, people come up on a boat, and he's singing the same song that they, heard on the first date, and all the friends are singing along. It's really a tender moment, but...
Soup's tender.
Yeah, beautiful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Almost as good as how Sean proposed to me. Close.
Yeah. The road was closed. What am I supposed to do? It's a 4-mile walk. I'm not going to do that. It was in the snow. Okay, anyway.
Sean's love has limits. We learned that day one.
Something else I really loved is they do this toothbrush thing where they mirror each other.
Toothbrush twins.
Yes, and that is Thing from I Love Lucy, which is one of my favorite shows.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, her and Brando, I think. Anyways, another famous comedian at the time. They do this trick in a hotel, and it's one of the scenes that is really well known for I Love Lucy. So it's just fun to be Lucille Ball started that.
You know what I thought was funny was they had 2 different toothbrushes, which you would have. I'm cutting that out.
You're right, that was funny.
Did I say funny? I'm not interested.
Well, it wasn't either.
Yikes.
Alright, I guess final thoughts. I liked it. It was pretty sad. But also happy, I guess.
Yeah. It made, since, I've said this before, but, since being married, stuff like that just hits different. What a terrible...
It's hilarious now.
It's not hilarious. There's a scene where go get chemo, and I just thought, I hope I never have to walk into a room like that.
Yeah.
For myself or for anybody that I care about. What a nightmare, what a terrible experience. Yeah.
And then the young guy they talked to is at their wedding.
I know.
That was nice.
Also, the wedding scene when everyone like gathers around in a circle instead of like
Super
sitting,
nice.
super beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the like symbols in there.
We should have done that.
Next time.
Yeah, we'll have next. Was it 8 months?
Oh, sorry, my 2 last comments are the honeymoon thing is really sad to me.
Oh, that's tragic.
She went on the honeymoon with her friends. I feel like she's gonna like it.
Yeah, I feel differently because I don't know, like if I were in her shoes, they were planning this honeymoon and planning this trip, and in order to kind of like reprogram your brain to not think poorly about a tropical place for the rest of your life, you have to go and like retrain your brain and experience things to not cover up the things but make new connections with it. And then I think what he did, he had like a little video for her to watch. Like I thought that was really sweet.
That's super nice.
And then her friends were there to like support her through it. So like she was able to heal and kind of feel all the feelings, but then she's also there to like bond with friends and like because in 20 years when she thinks back to this moment and she's experiencing it again, she could call her friend who was also there and have someone to mourn with her, which I think is a really intimate, beautiful part of friendship.
It's the shark attack theory, you know. As soon as you are able to go back into the water, you do, and you surf. Because if you can't, if you don't, then you never will be able to again.
I don't think I'd ever go back in if I got
Yeah.
attacked by a shark, but I like your thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you put it like that, I still don't think I could do it.
Yeah. Don't die, Brooke.
Yeah, you don't die either.
Well,
Don't die,
even if
Katie.
you die, call me, I'll go on. Well, not, okay.
No.
Was it last night or today? The other thing that was...
I think this is the most we've had to cut out so
Yeah.
far. It's late.
Sorry.
No,
not you
it's,
at all.
yeah.
Also,
We normally...
I think you're way more willing to cut stuff out now because you're editing on your laptop.
Oh, that's true. I do have a new program I'm using. Much easier. I was using voice memos and my thumb, which was very inaccurate. So now it's good.
Yeah. She also, like, right before he dies, they're, like, laying in bed, and she just pulls out her laptop and starts writing his eulogy.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is rough. Don't like.
I think I'm a bad you Googleizer. That's from Zoolander.
And then he's like, read it. And the eulogy is beautiful. I'll hear
I
it from
would.
heaven.
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of fun to hear your eulogy. Wow, sorry. To hear your eulogy?
I just don't want to be like...
Not fun, but it'd be nice.
Yeah, I'll hear it from heaven.
I don't know, I feel like I have this fear of, like, dying and, like, leaving a burden on someone. So, like, I've always, not joked, but when I think of something, I like, mention it. Like, I had a great 22nd birthday party that my friends threw me. It was a great time.
I was there.
Was it 23? No, it was 22.
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm tired. I thought you meant, like, a 20-second.
Oh, 20.
Like, half a minute.
No, 2-2.
And I was like, what are you talking about?
2-2.
Yes.
Like, my friends made
that
me...
I helped throw, yes.
Yeah, my friends made me the cutest video that I've watched many times.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, we just all hung out in my little cute backyard, and we played games, and had Mexican food, and cake, and music.
And the only thing missing was your eulogy.
And, no, but, like, I've always said, like, oh, I told this to my mom one time, and she got really mad, but I was like, oh, like, if I die before you, when I die, like, this is what I would want. Like, I don't want this, like, formal thing. And so, like, for me, like, knowing that somebody knows my wishes, and they don't have to, like, oh, if Katie died tomorrow, like, we have to plan this funeral, like, what would she want, or things like that, like, having it out there. And so I feel like with the eulogy, it would, because I feel like leaving, not that me leaving is a burden on people, that not that people are or aren't going to be sad, but it's like,
we will be sad.
if Brooke were writing my eulogy, I wouldn't want to, like, die and know that she was going to be sad, assume that she was going to be sad, and then also be like, okay, now I'm not here, and she has to write the eulogy, and, like, this and this and this. I don't just feel like it's easier if they're there.
Yeah.
And technically, he could have not known that she was writing the eulogy, and he just guessed. Maybe he's a good guesser.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Thanks,
All right.
Katie.
Let's move on to the movie that we showed you. A Quiet Place was what we were going to do originally, but then...
Katie is a weenie.
Yeah. No, but then... but then we...
That's what we had for dinner.
Yeah, we had pigs in a blanket. They're delicious. We watched Drowning Mona. And I feel like I've brought it up every third episode. I love Drowning Mona. Filmed in the year 2000, or came out in the year 2000. Super good. We watched it on my brother's Voodoo account. It's the only way to find it, so if you need it, hit me up. I'll give you his email and password. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's really great. And I am dying, as I'm sure the rest of my family is, because this is our favorite movie as a family. What, Katie?
What I thought of it. I liked how the whole time it was kind of like ambiguous, like who done it, and so kind of like bounced through the whole town.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was entertaining. Lots of good little jokes. Okay, if I'm being honest, I kind of felt awkward sometimes because I feel like there would be like a joke or something funny, and you guys would like both look at me and see if I laugh. But I've never been one to like laugh at things. Like I went to a comedy show one time in Provo, and I like
straight face.
Literally, I didn't laugh the whole time, and I was terrified that they were gonna like call me out or something.
Oh,
because
yeah.
And not that I don't think things are funny. Like I was like laughing in my head, but I just like I don't scream on roller coasters. I just don't show that much emotion. So like I thought the movie was funny, but I kept being like, they're checking to see if I'm enjoying it, and I am. But
Brooke does that
all the time.
notoriously. Yeah, with me, with anybody.
So
she
do
cares.
you.
For a movie I really care about, I do.
Yeah, well, I care about.
He really cares about this
everything.
movie.
Yeah, he does. This was like I think the first time I went over to your house, we watched Drowning Book.
When my parents were there, yeah. I will say, I know you were like really tired the first time we watched it, like a year ago, but I think you enjoyed it way more this time. Just from like watching your reaction, as I did.
Yeah.
You were laughing more, you were into it.
Well, it's fun to watch with you because you're so into it.
I laughed before the jokes even said.
And it was nice too because like you quote it all the time, and I'm not good at quoting movies. Like I can see a movie and completely not be able to quote it. So there's things that you do all the time from this movie that I'm like, oh yeah, that's where he gets it from. So it was fun that way.
One time I quoted like, "That's your problem, Brooke. You don't think." And he like looked really hurt. I was like, no, that was a joke. That was a quote from Drowning Mona.
That was probably just fake hurt. But
yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that it's like your family's movie.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably never see it again if it was.
Yeah. If I died from cancer.
Stop.
Yeah, I would say Drowning Mona, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and Serenity are 3 movies that my family, my parents, try to show everybody. National Lampoon's, we don't really show anybody. Like, that's just what we watch at Christmas.
It's true.
Yeah.
I have not seen any of those 3 except now, Drowning Mona.
Well, next year.
I'll come to your house for Christmas.
Yeah. Very good. But it has an incredible cast. It has Jamie Lee Curtis, Danny DeVito, Bette Midler, William Fichtner, Will Ferrell, Melissa McCarthy, Casey Affleck, who I literally learned today is Ben Affleck's brother.
But I will say, after you said that, I was watching, and he, like, talks the same way as Ben does, like, the way his, like, jaw is. I don't know.
Yeah.
When he said it, I was like, oh, yeah. He is.
Yeah. And it's, like, set in a backwater town in New York where everybody drives the world's worst car, a Yugo. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, there are
hilarious.
Very funny parts. There's also some really weird, uncomfortable parts.
Like 1. 2.
There's a couple.
It reminded me of, it's the same person who makes the Jojo Rabbit movie.
Taika Waititi.
No, it's like based in New Zealand, and there's like the uncle.
Hunt for the Wilder People.
Hunt for the Wilder People. It gave me like those kind of vibes.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies, actually. Yeah. Hunt for the Wilder People.
And that's directed by Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No worries.
I don't watch a lot of movies.
But yeah, I would put it in like the Napoleon Dynamite, Hot Rod, Dumb and Dumber. I just kind of those like.
It's about nothing. This one has more to do than those, I would say.
But kind of that like the same kind of humor.
Yeah, I like those movies. I not as much as this one, of course. I just think this movie has some jokes that come back around and come up again in a big way, and they really deliver.
He said ovaries?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. That's the only joke I remember from watching it the first time. So I quote that one all the time.
Isn't she like 13, Jeff? Yeah, finally. It's all so good. It's all so good.
Yeah. I was worried. I didn't know if you would like it because it is that kind of humor.
Wait, define that kind of humor.
Super funny.
I hate laughing. No, I think sometimes those movies are refreshing. Like one time I was with somebody that had like just barely met, and this was like the first time we hung out, and they're like, "Let's watch Inception." And again, I'm not a movie person. I fall asleep in every movie. That movie was hard as heck for me to stay awake in. It felt like 5 hours, and by the end, I literally was like holding my eyeballs open because I was like, that was too much. So it was nice to have like a light, easy to follow. Like I felt like
it's pretty breezy. It's like 1:34, I think, is what the thing said.
Yeah, like I had to go switch my laundry in the middle of it, and you paused it, but I felt like I wasn't like gonna forget anything coming back.
Oh,
to be like, no, I can't finish the movie because I don't understand what's
Who
going on.
was Peaches?
Yeah, the plot is so simple. Like a woman dies, and they try to find out who did it, and nobody cares that she's dead. Like the husband, the son. She has no friends, but like her acquaintances, like nobody like it's a
People
small.
congratulate them that she's dead.
Yeah, it's a small town, and everyone's like, "Ding dong, the witch is dead." Like we're happy she's gone because she
was the worst.
There's a couple flashbacks, and they're all hilarious. This is Bette Midler, who is the titular Mona. Yeah, just hilarious.
Yeah, she does good. But yeah, it's crazy to me how many really famous people are in that movie.
And nobody's heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the first time I had ever heard of this movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't like my favorite movie, but it was nice to watch like an easy movie.
Mm-hmm.
Made me giggle sometimes.
Yeah.
I laughed a lot in my head.
Like it has Will Ferrell in it, and he has like 3 lines. Melissa
and the
McCarthy.
Worst comb over
Yeah, very funny. And Melissa McCarthy has 1 line and shows up twice. And like they're 2 huge comedic actors, and this is just before they hit real big. I'd say.
Ones in that movie, like hands down.
Oh, Danny DeVito. At the time, Jamie Lee Curtis was huge, and William Fichtner is kind of nowhere now, but at the time, he was huge in the 90s.
I was shocked.
He's Phil, yeah.
I was really shocked when Will Ferrell like came to the screen. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this feels like a big name for this movie. No offense.
No worries. Yeah, they're, all over them.
The same with Melissa McCarthy. We, like, right before we watched it, he was listing the cast and stuff, and I was like, I don't remember her in that. And then she has like 1 line. I was like, oh, no wonder I didn't remember that she's in this.
I told somebody. So good. Yeah, I just want to like convince people to watch this movie.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's a fun movie. Star-studded cast.
Yeah. I feel like I've spent my whole life trying to convince people to watch this movie. Like every apartment mate I have, the moment I was able
every wife
the moment I was able to trap Brooke, I was able to show it to her. Like my family has just always been trying to spread the joy of this
past
movie.
Week, you talked to your dad, and he had just showed somebody that they go to church with.
Yeah, my old boss actually, which is funny.
So, yeah, it is definitely a Riley movie.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Thank you. We had popcorn. We don't often do that.
We did have popcorn. It was really good. 10 out of 10. Would come again.
Yes.
Oh, good.
I'll be back in October.
Oh, yeah. That's exciting.
This is the last time Katie will be at her house.
Wow. We've been like 3 times, right?
I feel like at least 4.
You've been here without us.
Yeah, I've been here without you.
Oh, okay, 4.
I have a room here, and Brooke calls it Katie's room.
Yeah.
At least when I'm around, she calls it Katie's room. I don't know what she calls it when I'm not here, but
we got like a 3-bedroom apartment because right before COVID, because we're like, oh, we're gonna have so many family members and friends staying with us, and then COVID hit, and yeah, it's Katie's room.
Other people have stayed there now.
Yeah, a few, not as much as we were hoping, but that's okay. Yeah, maybe we don't have any friends.
I am their friend. I'm real.
Yay, that's good.
Woo.
I would be sad if either of you got cancer and died.
The true mark of a friend. Alright, well,
on that note.
Yeah. Final thoughts of Johnny Mona? Really great. Happy with the ending.
It's an easy watch.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't hurt my brain.
Yeah.
I got a little tired at the end, but it's also like really late.
Yeah.
I'm old.
It's not, like my dad and I talked about it last week. It's not really about who did it that matters. It's just...
It's the journey.
It's just the jokes. Like, it's just a funny...
See, but for me, like, the whole time I was like, who did it?
Yeah,
Who done it?
it is
because
interesting.
I was like, oh, Bobby. In the beginning, I was like, nobody's talking about Bobby, but it was for sure Bobby. But then at the end,
Who
I
knows?
won't spoil it, but who done it?
It was Bobby. Yeah.
It was a little bit. Everyone, that town is a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot recommend this movie enough. It's so good. Just like for one joke, it's worth watching. And there's so many others. You tore my overalls. And with that, we're going to bed.
Yeah. Thanks for doing us, baby.
My pleasure.
Well, are you going to listen to this episode?
I can't promise anything.
I don't know if I would. It's weird. I have to edit these, and it's always weird hearing my own voice.
I would tell my mom about it.
Nice. Okay. Thank you all for listening. Please consider subscribing to whatever medium you're listening on. And with that, we are saying goodbye.